Present and past. Present and past, nothing separates them. The past was once also the present. What was then led to a new now, which quickly turned into a then on top of a now. You cannot separate them. The present is the only place we can be, for then is already gone, and later we have not yet seen. The now is the only thing that is real. It is here you are, in a now. Everything else is the result, or a side effect, if you will. So what do you do with this now? Right now, and now you can only be. Yes, it's easier said than done with schedules to keep, puzzles to solve, and problems to fix. But if you fully understand, grasp with your inner self, that there are no alternatives to being in the present, then a new freedom will arise. A freedom that brings peace and assurance that everything is as it is, and as it should be, in this very now. So embrace the present completely, without glancing backward or forward. Time is an illusion, a construction that is practical to use, but also a hindrance. Belief in time limits people's development and makes them try to run away from the now and from themselves. Remember that the now is your best friend, a friend that can free you from worry and uncertainty. For imagine if you could be fully present in the now, not just sometimes but always, then there would be no room for stress and fears. How, I wonder, how do you do it? By consciously trying to capture the feeling that prevails. How does this now feel? Observe without trying to change, without trying to escape, without denying or repressing. The next step is to identify the feeling, where it resides, and if it is true. The third step is to let it go if you wish, if the feeling is not aligned with you. Or perhaps, on the contrary, fully embrace the feeling if it originates from within you. Consciousness. Consciousness is not conscious knowing. Consciousness is what precedes thought. Consciousness gives impulses to thoughts, but when the ego intervenes, the transmission is disrupted, and thoughts become controlled by the ego. The ego wants control. It is a safety mechanism because the ego wants to protect. When we are not in the now, the ego has a greater chance to interfere. The ego blames and predicts, and when we are not consciously present in the now, the ego gains more power and influence. When the now becomes a conscious state, the ego loses its ability and power. Consciousness is not knowing, not thinking, it is a feeling of presence. So find the space between the thoughts so that the words can flow freely. Clear your mind. Between the thoughts, there is a still emptiness, a space where you can receive.